Hi, this is Chris with Action Technologies. And people ask me all the time, why do my computers run slowly and what can I do to make them faster? So in this video, I'll show you the easy way to make a computer faster that's pretty easy to do and not very expensive. So let's look at our three computers here. So the first computer we have is a 2014 Mac Mini. Now that Mac Mini is kind of the mid-grade one. It's got an i5 processor, 8 gigs of RAM, and a 1 terabyte traditional hard drive. It does not have the Fusion hard drive. It's kind of the middle of the Mac Mini 2014 models. I have here my corporate computer, which is a Dell E5450, which is about a year old and has 8 gigs of RAM, an i5 processor, and it has a 500 gig traditional hard drive. And finally, I have a Dell Latitude E4310, which is about 7 years old. It's a first generation i5 processor. It has 4 gigs of RAM, but it has a 240 gig solid state drive that I put into it. So we're going to boot each one of these computers up, and you will see which one actually comes up the fastest. So let's start with the Mac Mini. So I'm going to reach back here and I'm going to turn it on. And there you can hear the sound of the Mac Mini. Okay, next I'm going to turn on my corporate machine. Now, it is part of a domain and I'm not connected to the domain controller, so there is a little bit of apples to oranges there. And finally, I'm going to turn on the Dell 4310. And we'll see which one actually comes through first. Now my Dell 4310 here has a dual boot system. I have it boot into Linux or Windows, so you'll see that screen come up here in just a second. This one is starting Windows. And we're just going to go right into Windows 10. The Mac is still loading over here. So then I'm going to, see, this has already come up and it's ready to go. Now I can log in here to the domain, which I'll do that right now. And that's going to take a minute, but look, the Mac Mini is still booting up. And I'm already at a Google screen for my Dell 4310. So let me show you exactly how to do this. So what I did is, for an example, is I took the hard drive. This is the hard drive that was in this Dell 4310. And imagine if you went and bought a solid state drive at Best Buy or Newegg or Amazon or somewhere like that. So the one that I bought for this is a PNY 240 gig solid state drive. So what I also bought here is a universal SATA adapter for USB, and that was about $20. So just to show you what you do is that the PNY solid state drive comes with a license for Acronis. So you would put the solid state drive right here and you would connect this up and you would connect it to the USB port on your laptop, and then you would load the Acronis software and it creates an exact, it lets you boot into a Linux operating system and it makes an exact duplicate of the regular hard drive to the solid state drive. So then once you've completed that, and I'll show you that here in a minute, then you replace the solid state drive or the physical hard drive with the solid state drive, and that's it. You boot it up and it's exactly the same. Finally, the Mac came up. So I will show you now the Acronis software and how easy it is to use. Okay, so this is Best Buy, and here is the PNY 240 gig solid state drive that I bought. Now, on an older laptop, there are different makes and models. There's the Samsung and some of the other brands. Why did I buy the PNY? The reason I bought the PNY is mainly because of the Acronis software that came with it. I don't use this system for gaming or anything kind of high end. So the extra really performance and all that really wasn't a factor for me. I really wanted to clone the drive the easiest way possible. So here's the drive that I bought, and I actually got it a little bit cheaper, and you can find it cheaper on Amazon or whatever. But I wanted to show you that it comes with the Acronis data migration software license for free. So it gives you a license key. You go out there and you're able to clone the drive. The other thing that I bought is this Prudent Way, the one that I showed you in the video. This is the SATA to USB universal adapter. It does come with a 2-amp power supply, which is actually really good because then it can get external power for the hard drive. And then if you want to use your older hard drive as kind of a backup, you can do that. I've had no problems with this, and there's other places you can buy this. I actually bought it at an electronics store, and it was about $20. So it's about the shipping. Don't let the shipping kind of scare you off there, but it's actually really solid. Probably one of the most solid ones that I've bought. And then finally, here's the Acronis software that it comes with. So what you do is you basically do a clone of the disk. So you take your SSD and you plug it in to that adapter that I showed you earlier into the USB port. It detects it as, like the D drive or the E drive or whatever the drive is. And then you say clone. And then it will clone the disk exactly, bit for bit, into it. And then you're able to make that bootable, and then all you have to do is just switch out the drive. And the whole point took me about I obviously don't have one drive. It only took me about 15 minutes to do the whole thing start to finish. So there you have it. The SSD drive, the SATA to SSD adapter, and using the Acronis software. So as you can see, changing from a regular spinning hard drive to an SSD provides probably the most performance increase for the buck. It's more than RAM. My 4310 here with only 4 gigs of RAM easily outperforms my 1-year-old corporate Dell, and it really does outperform my Mac Mini. And this thing is 6-7 years old. So an SSD drive and the adapter, less than $100, dramatically increase your performance. I want to thank you for watching this video, and please go to www.actiontechnology.net for more. Thank you.